recollect ever seeing a Gatling on the front of a squid personally.
I've seen a few. It is a efficient
That sounds like it could be
build
quite
because
a painful thing to go up against, because
it
I
can.
know how effective a Gatling is, but to have a squid running that who just comes in, hits you with that, and then just gets out of the way and keeps cutting your hull armor down, I could think that'd be quite annoying. Let's see, what do they have with this Pyramidion over
Wait a
here
second.
on the red? Alright, this Pyramidion is packing a Gatling and mortar combination on the front, a flamethrower, and this is...
you mean videoing it?
This setup here, I would say, is... What did...
Well, hello internet, but I must admit it's not very happening in this map. It's quite boring.
Indeed. Artos, wouldn't you say this is the Pugmidian is this particular loadout that he's packing right now is, what does our friend Niles call it, a Metamidian?
It's called a Metamidian. Basically what happens is that the Gatling will take down the armor, and then the mortar will wait until the last minute to destroy the ship once the armor is down.
And then there's the classical close-range combination on the side of the flamethrower and the balloon buster shotgun.
Though not used, rather, though not used all that often, yes, it can pack a punch if your pilot knows how to get that flamethrower in, as well as the two front guns.
If I'm not mistaken, this is closer to that build, the first build that Total Biscuit and Angry Joe used in their first original Fight the Devs match, except if I'm not mistaken, they had a Gat in the number 2 slot, they had a flat cannon in the number 1 slot, and they had the flamethrower and the shotgun reversed. They swapped
yes.
out, I believe they swapped out an Artemis on the 4 near the end.
Yes,
But the question here being is, it depends on how much you value the balloon busting ability of the shotgun to put that in the number 3 slot, because the number 3 slot does provide a large amount of firing.
He put in the number 4.
Correct, and the question here is, a lot of people love to put the flamethrower in the number 3 slot because that takes full advantage of the firing arc of that position, and if you have a weapon such as the flamethrower, which has a rather wide firing arc, if I'm not mistaken, you can take full advantage of that. It all falls down to whether or not you prefer the balloon busting versus the flame capability of the flamethrower.
For the Pyramidian setup like that, a lot of times our friend Niles likes to use the gun slots 1, 2, and 3 and focus them all on a particular ship. That's how large that range is.
True enough. And it really falls down. Most people, the majority of players are going to prefer the flamethrower, although it really does fall down to how good of a gunner you have. Also piloting as well, because a lot of people, when it comes to piloting, if they're not that great, they don't have to maneuver too much because the flamethrower always has such a wide firing arc that it can hit most targets, and you don't have to be particularly precise with the flamethrower to cause a lot of havoc. However, if you're using another weapon, even something like the light carronade shotgun, that is different. You're going to have to get more accurate with your turning. And the Pyramidion is a fast and maneuverable ship, but it is not the easiest to control, and many a times if you're trying to get accurate with your shots, it's not really going to happen with the people firing from the left side of the port side of the ship. All right, let's take a look down here. We have so we have a squid and Pyramidion combination versus a Pyrrha mirror down here. Let's take this look at the blue number 1 down here. Okay, they are going.
Sat in the spectator part.
They are going entirely in your face, it looks like, with this one. Albert Camus' coat. What do you think of this one, this layout, Church? What do you think of that layout?
Sorry, which layout?
On Albert Camus' coat, the Pyramidion left blue. That screams aggressive to me, does it not?
Oh, that definitely screams disabler. He's going to run in. He's going to ram them. He's going to have the balloons go down. He's going to have the flamers go down. He's going to let his ally take them out.
And that addition of the flare gun on the side says this guy really not only likes to see his enemies, he also likes fire.
Quite. It does seem like he is.
Seriously, AJSA clan, I need a spectator spot.
It seems. Sorry, I got interrupted. But it seems like he likes to
It seems
catch people on fire. But this build can backfire sometimes if the enemy has a good chem sprayer. So it's kind of risky when fighting very, very high-level opponents that know what they're doing. The cannonade has both the flamethrower and the cannonade have very short range, so it can be risky if you end up flying right in front of say a spire that can blow you up before you get to it, or something that can disable you like a heavy cannonade.
I will say this much though: the Albert Chemist's coat. If the other team manages their chem spray coordination effectively, he's going to be pretty ineffective.
That is, if they get more than just an AI crew.
Oh, for sure. And I think that situation here probably not going to happen. If this lobby doesn't work out, they are starting right now. We'll see how that works out, and if not, then we'll see what happens. And
I feel bad.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah. Anyway, the last
another Metamidian
the last
with a mine launcher.
Yep. Pretty much the same build, but with mine launchers, which can help with getting either damaging them while they're coming at them, or running away, which will help them if they are in a tough spot.
Well, here we go. If I'm not mistaken, one of them was trying to get us to leave.
Yes, they were annoyed that we were sitting in the spectator, not playing.
I can understand not appreciating. I can understand the feeling of an empty lobby, but
Yeah, I know.
Should we explain how this map is set up?
Go ahead and take that, Church.
Yeah, go ahead.
Joy. This is majoritively a King of the Hill map, and there is a large balloon in the center surrounded by a globe. Now the center area is pretty open, so you can move a galleon through fairly easy. However, when you spawn, you have to maneuver through a giant maze of buildings, crumpled construction tools, everything. If you're not careful and you don't have a Phoenix Claw, you're going to get hit hard. You might even go down from the buildings on an actual ship.
Definitely.
The favorites of this map are usually galleons, pyramidions, and squids. Mainly because pyramidions and squids have a lot of disabling power, and killing is not usually the best route to go on King of the Hill maps, just because they can respawn faster than they can repair. Also, when it comes to galleons, they can be very hard to dislodge from the point, so it ends up becoming an endurance match at that point.
And it appears the red has managed to cap the point. They're currently draining points out of there. They've got two directly. The world is registering both of them as in close proximity, so they're going to have. It's going to be hard for blue to be able to cap that point. Currently, blue appears to be trying to maneuver, maybe try and draw them out or something, snipe perhaps. But if I'm not mistaken, neither of them can snipe because they are close range.
Yes, sniping is usually not
A possibility
a possibility in this map, so usually people do not go for sniping.
It appears number 3 is bugging out, and I do not believe. Okay, number 4's hull armor is down. Yes, number 4 is going to be hanging on by his skin of his teeth.
If you'll notice
Now,
there,
in
golden.
comes number 3, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Yeah, number 4 is barely hanging on.
Yeah, number 4 just took a load of damage. They have currently repaired their hull, but they are not.
Not up to
They're not in a good
100%.
situation. But it looks like they've gotten away at this
He
point.
will probably go down. Now
Yep.
let's see if number 2 comes in and sweeps in for the kill. Okay, they dropped a tar.
Number 3 is currently going after number 1, though all his guns are down, so he is disabled as well as number 1.
And
Oh,
number
he just
4
got
is
his
about to get
flamer up.
Shot from behind. I don't. Okay, this is all right. He's trying to maneuver.
Looks like
around
number
on-
4 is going for the point.
He's trying to go for the point. He's not going to be able to until they get
Can't.
until they get
until
at least
number
2 out of the
2.
way. Okay. Okay, there they are now. Nope. No, they're not capping yet. Okay, if they can.
Number 3 is attacking number 2, and he's flaming him quite a bit.
They're going
Number
with
2
one-
is
they're going with
wasting
one
his.
mirror.
Number
And-
2 is just wasted his mortar shots. He's now going for another volley, but still not letting his.
Oh, number four is definitely about to go down. There's nothing he can do to. Okay, his hull armor's backing up. He's doing a good job there. Yep,
Number four is
bites.
going down.
He's gonna bite the. Oh, no, hull's armor's back up again. Let's see if he can. He just needs to be able to coordinate. If he's got to keep that hull armor up, or else he's gonna bite the dust here. Okay, yeah, he's focusing hull armor at this point.
With an all AI crew like that, though, he's probably gonna have a very hard time.
He's probably the only one on the armor right now. He's probably not driving. And nope. Oh, yep, there he goes.
Number 2 just got his armor taken down by number 3.
But now it's going to be a 2v1 unless that spawn point is fairly close for number 4. He is not going to be able to help out.
The good thing about this map is that deaths do not actually matter as far as winning goes. So you can die as much as you want as long as you can get them off the point or damage them in some way.
They're
So-
not doing a whole lot of damage to number 3 at this point. Okay, there. Oh no, he is definitely
No,
keeping
he
up
is
his
doing
hull armor very well.
rather well. Yes.
But I'd also say that 2 right now is just kind of sitting in a corner trying to repair.
I think it's
Number
important that
3
we.
is going after number 2.
All right. Okay, yep. In comes the Gatling. And now we're seeing that squid Gatling combination with the flamethrower. That's actually quite a potent. Oh, look how he's carrying through his armor right there.
There he goes his armor.
Now he's just
Number
waiting.
4 is coming back into the ring now, looks like.
Point-wise, I believe this match
Yep.
is going to 600. So already there, it's already half
There goes 3.
Now it's basically can 4 cap, or at least keep them from scoring points. No, he is not going to be able to do this unless he can clear both of them off of that point. And basically, now that they have split up like this and are now doing 1v2, and they're just going to continue cycling. If they can't break that cycle, this match is going to be
An important thing to remember is for this kind of King of the Hill, when you die, you want to stay out there and wait for your ally to rejoin you.
Oh, here comes the. Oh, number 2 is breaking number 3.
Yeah,
there he
is
goes.
gone. So,
Number 3 is
now
done.
3 is definitely going to wait. I think he's waiting for his ally to kick in. Once
Probably.
he'd be
But
smart to
then
do that.
again, the more time he waits, the more points the enemy gets.
Well, let's
on
not
the
forget
thing.
that regular King of the Hill matches can come down to a single point. I've been in some matches where it was 599 to, I don't remember what our score was, but it was down by at least 150. It was 599. We capped the point at the last second, kept them from getting that final point, and we took a win. So it's not over till it's over, but at the same time, if they don't, ideally, if they don't get in and start and break that hold, you gotta, the first step to getting this down is they gotta clear those two out of off of that point, or at least clear them away from the point long enough to cap the point, and then they have to hold it. That's what they gotta do.
It looks like number 3 is going to go around while number 4 goes in and tries to distract.
Distraction rarely works in a King of the Hill map because they know, those guys on the point, they know they don't have to go anywhere. There is no motivation for them to leave that point. There's no, unless they're really, really excited about getting achievements or something like that, there's no reason for them to see. They're just floating right there in tandem. They're just going to wait. And if I'm not mistaken, neither 1 or 2 has died yet.
No, neither of them have died.
And that also explains the
Number
extremely
1
weak,
is not in good shape.
yeah, the
but
extremely weak hull armor on number 1. But then again, this is a squid we're talking about. A squid on a map that he can't take advantage of his speed. I mean, once he got to the point and capped it, his speed is basically null and void. He's just got to go in, maneuver around, and shoot people. Alright.
But that's the whole point about a squid, is their maneuverability is very, very high. But they only got about
right now
100.
he is going on what appears to be okay. See, if I was the blue team, I would focus. I would do a double focus on that squid. You know he's gonna be weak. You know he's not gonna be able to outrun you. He's gonna have to stay. I would focus on the squid, but they're not doing that. They're trying to take out the Pyramidian because they know the Pyramidian is a more powerful ship. And here we go. Number 3 is got his rear turned to the action, and he's rough. Okay, now we're talking. See, now he's taking down that hull armor on number 4's taking down that, trying to take down that. Okay, he's shifting fire. See, this is another problem. You have to focus on a target. He's letting that squid come in right behind him. That squid is completely operational at this point. He's just letting it come. Now he's paying.
Yeah, we got about 50 points to GG time, and that's about it. We'll see what happens if they can't cap the point.
A big, massive mosh pit. Now, if those two, if 3 and 4 would get away from them right now and blitz that point, they could take it in time. But they are currently embroiled in just fighting. So that's the way. Three's take. Oh, but now 2 is going to contest it, and there's no chance. They had their chance, and they didn't rush it. So now they're going to lose it. But I will admit, the cloud cover is in 3's favor right now.
No, they're done.
Yeah.
We have 8 seconds, 5 seconds until
It goes to 600.
Yeah.
Yes,
it goes
I know.
To 600, but
you can't get the point back in under 50.
especially when there's 2 enemies on top.
Yeah, it's not going to happen. And that's GG.
Yep. It's just going to be a finisher. They're just going to brawl it out and try and clear. Right now, it's just going to be revenge. They just want to take out one of those ships. Yep. He goes for the ram. I don't think he hit correctly. I don't think he hit correctly. But he's just like, they're just trying to get it. Yep, there's the kill. Now, if they turn around and they kill, they're going to take out that squid. But it's GG. It's game over. And there's the point.
And that's game.
With one ship had 1 AI on red. Yeah, red had one. Yeah, so red definitely had. See, naturally, red had the human advantage here. Not to say that blue couldn't have pulled it off, because I have seen AI teams do better than you would expect, but ideally, ideally you're not really going to stand much of a chance if you don't.
AI
if you don't have
it
these.
all depends on what guns you're using with AI. AI does really well with guns that you can shoot easily, but when it comes to sniping or something that has a little bit more involvement, AI can be very difficult to use.
Indeed.
Should we go for a different lobby then?
Indeed. And not to worry, as far as I can tell, we lost our fourth viewer. But that's
Oh
all
yeah,
right.
I don't know, Church, did you tell Battletoads that we were streaming?
Yes.
That would explain.
He asked why we were
Okay.
sitting there.
Hey, no
Alright.
problem. All right, yeah, let's leave this lobby, and let's find us something else, something unique. I want to see this 6-6, this 3v3 up here on the fjords. That will be quite interesting.
Bandit?
Yep. Oh.
It looks a lot more. Now they won't complain.
Okay. Yeah,
Dog
dog,
game.
you should switch out.
You want Black Ops? You could probably mute the in-game voice chat.
I'll
That
do
might help
now.
you with all that.
Yeah, it appears to have silenced them.
Cool beans.
All right, do you
Okay.
gentlemen have any? I'm just curious. Do you gentlemen have any social outlets that you could send to just notify that we're doing this?
No.
Sorry, don't.
I don't have any.
You
I
don't
don't
have
do
any
Twitter.
friends?
No, I don't have any friends. You're
Yeah.
my only friends.
My problem.
It's very
friends,
sad.
My only friends. My problem is, you know what? I wish there was some kind of way you could send mass messages to your friends list.
No.
Yeah.
Not like mass messages, but like a notification of some kind.
A mass text.
Not a text, because that would get out of control. More like, like it would be preset to something like, what's his name is doing this, or what's his name is doing that.
Oh, they're starting already.
All right, then we'll get into that in a second. What you guys could do, or at least one of you could do, is since this isn't a like a coordinated stream. Obviously, we can't shift between each other's perspectives, but if one of you, maybe Church or something, could take some time to like cycle through the. Were any of you cycling through like the ship cycles, or were you just free camera?
I've been
I
freaking
was actually cycling. So
All right. Well, obviously that's still not going to show up on my stream.
no, it won't.
But
Not
doing
unless-
doing that gives us better. What would you call it? Better coverage.
Coverage.
At least you guys are seeing what's going on.
Yeah.
One moment.
Okay, so let's go through all the ships one by one then, huh? Okay, so we have a junker. So the number one is the junker, the SS Bane Shord, and he looks like he has a flamethrower and
You got a flamethrower carronade set up. So if you're running into
carronade
save
set
them.
up on the left, and double flamethrowers on the right, and a
That's actually a rocket thing on the starboard side.
oh right, we have the carronade rocket. Or no,
I'm not familiar with that weapon, Arctos. How does it work?
javelin, rotary javelin one. Basically, what it does is it shoots it shoots very low damage missiles at a very rapid rate, and it lights fires sometimes. And then it has the Mercury on the front, number 2. Yeah, which is getting battered right now. Actually, has a Gatling Black.
Up there.
and he just died.
And what I think was
First
interesting
kill.
is that he was not even, number 6 wasn't even bothering to, as far as I can tell, wasn't even anything other than flag. Still got full armor. Actually, no, he's not. Is he using the carousel
Mercury as
now?
well.
Oh, that's taking the armor down.
Yeah, Mercury. Okay, so we have number 3 has a Hawacha. It's a goldfish that has a Hawacha with a Artemis on the left and a flamethrower on the, flamethrower on the right. Number 4 has, so we're on the blue side now, I think. Yes. Blue side now has
He's running a Gatling mortar setup.
Gatling mortar and
Metamidian.
on both sides, and no, it's not a Metamidian, it's not a Pyramidian. And has a Mercury on the top, on the front.
Yeah, that's something
Number
very similar to what I run.
Yeah, number 5 is a squid who has a very basic squid loadout. He's got a carronade in the front with a flamethrower on the side and a javelin carousel rocket launcher on the back, which does work. Number 6 has a very it has a very sniper-ish thing. It's like a mid-range sniper with a
that's crushed.
With it.
Blue has been very, very focused so far in this match, and why is he not even shooting? Yeah, Blue has been focusing very well so far. 3 on 2, or even in that case, really 3 on 1. Okay, 3 is coming up. Let's see if 3, what is 3 packing? 3 is packing the Hawacha. So
yes, it has a Hawacha. It's a
I'm looking
goldfish.
forward to at least seeing some kind of Hawacha barrage here. He's holding fire.
Let's see if we can get. Ooh, it looks like number 1's gonna go down before we can do anything. Yeah, number 1 is taking some hits. Can't get his armor back up quickly. He's going to be done for.
Number 1 is a jumper. His armor
Yeah.
is down, his health is really
Yes, so they currently got away. They're still getting chased by the squid, but the squid can't do any real damage unless they're really close.
Can't get his balloon functional up higher functional right now, because I guarantee you that squid's right now primary focus is taking down that guy's balloon, because once that balloon bottoms out, that guy's just going to scrape the bottom of the canyon, and then they won't even need to shoot him anymore.
That is true. If the squid is just chasing that junker down.
He's right now.
See what's going on.
His balloon and up. Yeah, his balloon is on fire. If he does not properly deal with, let's see, what is he? Nope, they do
It
not
looks like
have
number
anyone
3.
on their balloon. That's going to be a problem in a few seconds. Actually, technically, it's a problem right now. Afterwards, it's just fatal. And there goes the balloon. It's going up. The balloon is coming up. Will they scrape the bottom before? It doesn't matter
No,
because their whole
balloon
armor
is
cracking
back.
down. Their whole armor is at 30 stacks. Their balloon is down. They're scraping, and they're gone.
Yeah.
Black Ops, if you were red right now, how would you turn this around?
How would I turn it around? Well, I wouldn't be going in 1v1, that's for sure. Right now, they are spread out, and they've been spread out since the beginning. My best guess is, and I'm not listening in or anything, so I don't know, but my best guess is the captains are not coordinating well. When you see this kind of 1v1 going on, no one's calling the shots, no one's timing entrances, people are spawning at random places, nobody's coordinating any kind of attacks, and you're just
Looks like. Yeah, it looks like number 2 is trying to come to his rescue, but I don't know if they can make it.
This is game point. They take out number 3 and the game is already down.
No, it's to 7.
It's to 7. Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess I'm used to. Actually, no, that's not even. Yeah, that's not it.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Yeah, we don't. It is rare actually in these states that you see people play in large matches because of the fact that.
Ooh, it looks like number 2 trying to come to his rescue is going to ram number 3.
Friend, nice job. Although I don't think there was actually any. Was there any damage transferring to that?
Probably not, considering the speed at
He
which
scratched the ground.
did ram.
As far as I know, there really isn't friendly fire, at least in that sense. I think
Yes, there is.
The only way that would really actually count is if they actually made them in the ground and they take damage to the ground, not from the ram. That's why.
Number 2, in a
Oh,
desperate
he
attempt
was
to get
just-
away, tried to flame number 5, but
No.
number 5 is not taking it.
Yeah, that number 3
And it's getting away.
was just doing a straight-on charge ram. I don't even know if it was a ram. I don't even know what it was, frankly. Came in and tried to take in number 6 head-on, and he was utterly annihilated. If you have a singular
Are you guys-
firing setup like on any goldfish, you don't charge in and then wait for a reload and not shoot. No, you turn on your axis and you let them have it. Number 2 here is about to also get it. Wow, that is a really small slip.
Are you guys checking out the Junker battle going on?
This
Between 1 and
is
4?
actually game point right here. 2 once 2 bites of dust, and 2 is almost gone. Yep.
Yeah.
And
Looks like
he
number...
has got flames.
Looks like that Pyramidion is not going to survive. That
His
Junker
flame,
bat.
yep, there goes his whole armor is not. If his whole arm goes down, he is dead. His whole armor is the only thing that's left, and his balloon is down right now. Okay, his problem is he's showing his right side right now, and his left guns are short range only, I believe. Either
Yes.
way, it does not matter because he is about to scrape bottom, and okay, he is.
Nope, his balloon's back up,
his
and now
balloon is
he's
back up,
underneath.
and his whole
Now he's
armor
underneath
is-
the Pyramidion, now he just needs to escape.
However, if
But
that
that's
pyramid
easier
just comes
than-
down and sits on him, I mean, if he literally
Oh,
just
looks like
touched
that's
him
what's
right
gonna happen
now,
here.
yeah, there, now gets the flame comes in, he's got his spear to him, there goes his engines are all stacked, he's got 11 stacks on that hull, up, he got the whole armor back, and then he cut the flame out, okay, now we're seeing some comeback here, how's the other fights going on? Oh, the balloon's about to go again.
It looks like number 3 and number 5 are duking it out. The
So long
squid
as they're
and the
still
goldfish.
alive, but-
And-
Oh, nice dive right there on number 2. He managed to
The
slip
Junkers
by.
have been battling out for a while now. Neither one of them has gained a real
Number
edge.
number two is hanging on pretty good, despite the fact he's in pretty messed up shape right now. He's still got his balloon up. He's showing his rear now, and I don't like that. I think, there comes the back.
Yes,
What's
but
that
he's
number?
shooting.
What is number 6 packing on him right now?
He's packing a flak cannon and a merc. That's a deadly combination if you can use it correctly.
Times that it's going to be all over. He's got to keep his whole armor up, and I can see he's got one guy manning that right now. He's got to have that whole armor up. There comes the flame on the whole armor. If he doesn't keep that up, it's going to go. Okay, there he goes. He's got it up there. Oh wow, that was close. That was close.
Will he be able to flame? No, it's not. He looks like he's going for a thing for the cannonade instead.
Okay, he's barely hanging on to that whole armor right now. Oh boy. He's got to get offensive. He hasn't been shooting because he's trying to keep himself alive. If he can shut
The
down,
gunner is now flaming him. If he can get that merc down.
Yeah, if he can shut
None
down
of them
their
are on the
offensive-
wheel.
If he can shut down that okay, this is oh boy. Okay, let's see.
He needs to back up and get around that rock.
What he needs is for his teammates to stop a single one-on-ones out there and get out and help him.
That is true.
He would be in this situation, but I am extremely impressed that he's been able to hang on this long. But that's that's
I
partially
am-
because number 6 hasn't been managing his weapons very well. I mean, look, he just missed with that Merc. Not only that, why on the earth is he using a Merc at close range?
Well, that is true. That is very
With
weird.
his setup, that number 6 is completely ineffective at taking down the hull armor until he only at long range can he take down the hull armor and clear the hull. But now he's
Ooh,
only using his close
they're
range.
getting some serious stacks.
Yeah, look at that
on
stack.
those
Shutting
engines.
his weapons down. His balloon's about to go down. But right now, he's going to be focusing only on keeping that hull. Okay, he does not have anyone on the hull. Okay, it's coming up. But he's got to get that flames out. He's got to get that bubble gun coming in. He's got to keep that hull armor up. They got to get that guy up on the yep, there goes the flames. They are using chem spray, so that's probably helping them out a lot. Another mistake, I'd say the captain here is making a couple mistakes here because he's showing his wrist. Oh, there he goes again.
There it goes. That's
Yes.
game.
Never, ever show your rear, especially in a pyramid. Yeah, that's game. It's nice to see another 3v3. You don't get to see 3v3s a lot.
One of the captains made a comment and they said that they're outclassed. I don't feel like that's the case. I feel like they could have won that if they had better coordination between the captains and stopped with the one-on-one fighting.
Anyone can be
and
outclassed
focused on.
in a one-on-one fight, but there are no one-on-one fights in Guns of Icarus. There is no match outside of the sandbox that you can do a one-on-one fight. Every match is a 2-on-2 or whatever. Now, you'll be instances where for a split second or two, one person will be fighting another. But that way that match played out, that's exactly the way it's going to play out. You're just going to have a bunch of one-on-one situations, and people are going to sit there, and then they're going to die because they can't coordinate correctly, and then they go and sit there and yammer about how unfair it was, or how unbalanced it was. When in reality, it's just they're not coordinating well, they're not doing the team well. It's a team-based game, and if you don't play as a team, it's not going to turn out right at all. Alright, let's see what they're going to come up with for this next vote.
We will see. It looks like they're gonna wait until it's Battle of the Dunes.
So now we're going to have some open action. More open.
We will see if it turns into
Before they
a
jump...
sniper battle or goes to maybe some close range stuff.
Well, we'll see soon enough. And before they jump in, let's take a quick look again at their layouts. I will take a look at that. Let's look at this red junker here. Alright, they have a Merc forward. They have a Merc forward. They have 2 flamers. Interesting, they have the flamers on alternating heights on different sides in the 3 and the 4 slot on the junker. They have a carronade, light carronade on the 5 slot, and they have a carousel, rocket carousel on the 2. So that's kind of an interesting... I'm not quite sure I understand having the one on the higher and the one on the lower. I guess it'd be personal preference, but I'm not sure. Do you know, Church Artos, what the arc setups on those are versus the
On
three?
what gun? On number 4 and number 3?
What are the angle advantages for the upper deck versus the lower deck? Because obviously we know that the flamethrower has decent,
Okay,
pretty
so the
awesome
lower
arc.
So, the upper and lower deck, I don't think since they're going, it looks like they're going, okay, yeah, I don't think that there's many, that was loud.
Still there, Artos?
Sorry, someone yelled in
Go
the
ahead.
chat and it
Go ahead,
completely
mute 'em.
threw me off.
You
No, I turned on. So, I don't think there's much of a, for the flamethrowers anyway, I don't think there's much of an arc difference. I I'm not actually sure why he put the flamethrower on the top, and the Banshee rockets on the bottom, just because the Banshee rockets you can fire off quickly, while the flamethrower you have to hold it on an opponent for a very long time, and that's why it's usually down on the bottom, because it's where the gunner hangs out usually.
Not only that,
So-
but it's complicated by the fact that I noticed, why would you alternate the flamethrower having one on the bottom and one on the top on the opposite sides? If you're going to have some efficiency, you got to have the same weapon, say, on the bottom, so that the person working the bottom only has to have the correct ammunition for 1 or 2 guns, whatever. Like with the flamethrower, you want
That is true.
you know, like a dual setup with like a Lesmach and maybe what would you say, either incendiary or greased or something like that. But to have them on upper opposite sides, either he's running 2 gunners or he's just fooling around. I don't know. Anyway, ooh, we have a galleon on the red team here. Let's take a look at that.
We do. Okay.
Watch a party. Look at that.
Okay,
beast.
I'll watch a galleon. Alright, so
With
I'll watch a
flamethrowers.
Hawatch galleons on this map are kind of a hit and miss ship, depending on how good your gunner is, because it can be very hard to shoot Hawatches with a long range, even with a heavy clip, just because they have
At least their
little
gunner's
bit of
bringing
an
heavy.
annoying recoil, even if you have a heavy clip.
They're
So
about
it-
to start now.
Okay.
Well, I want to see how this works out because, yes, with this setup, you could very royally mess everything up. But if he takes advantage of the cloud cover, I would love to see some broadsides coming off of this baby.
It all depends on how good the gunner is.
Gunners. in this
Check out the
case.
goldfish.
The red goldfish.
Yeah, it's got a harpoon on its port side.
Oh, interesting. I think
What's
they're
his primary?
training.
A Hawacha.
Okay.
Watch it with a. That could. I have yet
That makes
to see,
absolutely no sense.
I mean, I have yet to see a lot of what would you call it?
I have yet to see any harpoons actually work correctly.
I've seen 1 or 2 uses of it where people were able to like spin people around, but not very effectively. I'm looking forward to it when someone does, but until then, and maybe they will, but the whole harpoon is such a niche weapon that people never use correctly that it's just a joke, like kind of like the mine launcher is, or the flare gun.
Okay, so I'm looking at the gunner's loadout for the galleon. It looks like he doesn't have the right ammo for his galleon. He has heavy rounds, which is what you need, and then he has Lesmach and charged, which isn't really what galleons need to take.
Charged will work effectively on the Watcha, and I think I can understand he'd be using the Lesmach rounds to try and increase his range with the Watcha, but
The problem with the Lesmach rounds
Not even using those. Look at that broadside he just tried to do with that thing.
that he didn't even shoot. I'm not talking. I'm looking at the galleon,
Yeah, I am
not
looking
the.
at the galleon. He's opening fire right now, but he's not only is he missing because he doesn't have anybody spotted, but you don't do full hardcore broadsides with Hwacha at range. You just don't do it. You have to squeeze off 1 rocket at a time, really, to gain any hope of hitting anybody. And
Yeah,
he's
I mean,
not doing that.
The Hwacha can work if it has heavy rounds at long range. It's just that the problem with the Hwacha and Lesmach rounds is that it spreads it out more. So the Hwacha, you can't really shoot Lesmach rounds at long range on the Hwacha
I
because
think-
it just won't hit.
I don't think if 2 or 6 is aware of each other right now. I'm waiting to see how this works out. Okay, 2 would by now have spotted number 6. Let's see if 6 is
They
aware
have
of
not.
2.
Now they just spotted number 6.
A quick note on the, since we mentioned harpoons, I've seen harpoons used on a galleon pretty well, to where they'll put a harpoon on the port side, trap the other ship, and permanently light the watch on fire.
Now, here we have a 3v1, which I absolutely hate, and let's see if number 1 can outmaneuver his pursuers long enough to survive. His balloon is completely collapsed. His full armor is falling to pieces. He's about to crash and grind. And that galleon has been absolutely useless at this. He's not shooting. He's staying at range. And if he doesn't get closer for those watches... Okay, there we go. Now you're seeing some damage.
Okay, he's turning around. He will be, hopefully, yeah, now he's flaming his opponent, trying to get his guns off. He is using burst rounds for some reason.
And there is a kill, finally. Red just obliterated that guy.
It looks like our galleon survived. The red galleon survived long enough to get a kill, a kill for his team while they were distracted, but it looks like his gunner is not properly equipped for the flamethrower. It looks like he is only equipped for the
Okay, now we're seeing some Quatcha fire at the proper distance. I like to see that. Quatch is a very likable gun, and you can be very effective with it. I personally like to use it a lot, but it can also be a complete and utter waste of time. I mean, more so than other weapons. Other weapons, you can get a few decent hits, fine, but with this thing, if you don't know how to use it, you're just gonna totally waste an entire broadside. Be sat there loading for 20 seconds, and then next thing you know, you're dead.
Well, it's a very noob-friendly gun to watch because, one, it's very easy to hit someone with at close range, and it also devastates them. So noobs can be very useful anyway, if they're just pointed which
Okay, so number 6
which
right
ammos to
now
use.
is caught in between the goldfish and the galleon. The goldfish is doing, I don't know what the goldfish is doing. He's trying to hit him with something? What was he trying
I don't
to
know.
hit? Was he trying to use a harpoon at that range?
Looks like he's using the harpoon, yes.
At that range?
You
Oh,
can use the
that's-
harpoon at that
You
range.
can, but you're not going to get a lot
It's
out
very
of it,
hard. It is very hard to shoot a harpoon
let alone
at the
actually
hull
make
at
it
that
work.
range.
I don't know if you saw that, but one was pretty much double teamed by 4 and 5 over there.
So one
So
died.
now we're tied up. And it's a 2-on-3. I don't know what 6 is doing.
6. What's his loadout? 6 looks like he's going to be sniping, so that's why he's way back there.
Alright, so the galleon. Okay, so 1 just spawned in really close to the action. That's going to come in mighty handy if you can help out in the galleon right now.
Oh,
Galleon's
6 is
hull-
just destroying number 3 right now. He just took down like 3/4 of his armor.
I do not
Those
know
flak shots.
what number 2 is doing, but he is not maneuvering his guns well at all. You know, if any of you, you know when you have ever driven a galleon that sometimes, especially when you're a new player, you have no idea if your gunners are in line or not. No idea. And obviously this galleon, I have absolutely no idea what's going on.
I think he's doing this on purpose. He's trying to lead the Promethean away, and he's using the flamer on the end. So this
Nevertheless,
might be intentional.
It could be intentional, but he is getting eaten at the same time.
And we've
Well,
lost number 3 as well.
Also,
That is the yes. Number 6 just absolutely destroyed number 3. But galleon. That you got to remember that galleons. Their main focus is to soak up damage. So that's what he's doing. He's doing his part.
3 just spawned in right next to the action here. I think 2 is, I don't know why he's still going.
Perhaps he's trying to
There
lead off
we
the
go.
number 4.
Yeah, he's starting to turn around.
Look at that. Look at those stacks on number 5. There's number 5.
Yeah, number 5 is going down. Yeah, he's dead.
That is how you double team. Now we're looking over here. 6 is opening at range on number 3, and he's not.
Looks
doing
like number
such a good
4
job.
is moving into number 2, and he's opening fire.
Let's see. Come on. Let's see some good watches. Come on.
There we go.
I don't think so, because he's got the wrong ammo.
And more to the point, he's still not turning correctly.
Yes, that is true. But one of his engines is out. That's probably why he's not turning very well.
Nevertheless, So you got two things. You got to keep that whole health and whole armor up, and you've got to hit hard. That's what keeps people away from you, is because of how hard you hit. But when you're, I've noticed. I mean, you made that point about trying to lead people away, but I don't think he's trying to lead anyone away right now. I think he just is completely unaware. Because he's constantly showing his rear. He's never had his guns in good position.
But I said his distractions did get scores and even kills.
He's alone, showing his rear. He's constantly turning with the enemy. And
There it goes. He's dead.
Is down. He is barely hanging on. Oh, there. He's finally using his watch up, and he's gone. That, ladies and gentlemen, is not how you fly a galleon. That is, however, how you fly around a galleon, though.
Excellent job on this part.
So now we're seeing some double teaming here again, 1 and 3. 1-6 has been hanging back, I think, way too far, and not really. He's been really contributing with his sniping.
3 is taking some heavy hits, and 3 is down.
I think he crested the ground on that one.
It looks like it, but I think.
Oh, yeah, those guys were flying way too close to that hole there.
Jeez. All right, so it's it's 3v3, right? So
it's tied up again. I will say red has been benefiting from the spawns more than blue has.
That is true, but blue it was red that it was blue's fault for charging in. So
right now,
blame.
I think if I didn't know any better, 6 was just blaming 4.
I think his gunner was probably confused.
I'll say he was.
6 is flaming 4.
Now he's got 1.
He's flaming 1.
Now he's
Well,
flaming on 1.
6 is a sniper, so he can't really use his gun.
There.
Yeah, 6 needs to back up.
6 needs to not be doing anything he's doing right now and get in the world out of there. Not only that, most of the time, I know in my experience, I'm sure you probably most of the time, by the time you feel that it's time to leave, it's already too late. Because the time that you feel it's time that you need to get out of there, you're not going to be able to get out of there fast enough. You need to be able to guess what is not going to be a good time to engage and not regret. Like right now, 6 is regretting. 6 is regretting a lot of things. He's got no balloon.
Number 1 just got taken down by, it looks like. Got taken down by 11 teams. But it is still tied up here. Still seems a lot more even than the last game. So it looks like they've swapped around a bit and they've made a little bit more of a competition.
Red again, look where 1 spawned. Red has been playing their spawns very well. Out comes 6. Look how far 6 spawned away.
Oh, those are some nice Hawacha shots by number 2.
Finally.
Looks like they've completely disabled all that little number 5's guns. But number 1 is coming in to finish him off. Flame him. Ooh, now they're...
Oh, look at that color. Look at that red all over there. That is damage. That is hardcore damage. His engines are burning out. His whole armor is the only thing he's got left. And now that's getting flipped.
One more round for those watching.
Now his whole armor's down. Now they should be shooting. They should be firing.
He's gonna bottom out. He's there.
Still hanging, but now flaming on all. His balloon and his hull armor. Okay, and there.
Number 1's gonna go off and finish him off.
There's the kill.
Looks like number 2 is going out. Yeah, and that is the game.
Not bad at all.
Oh, that was a very good game. They had some problems with their crews and their ammo types, but
Well,
they
look
were
at the average.
won it in
Look
the
at
end.
the average rank of most of these people. It's good to you're gonna see issues like that, like the bad galleon piloting or the lack of communication or the bad spawns. But all in all, they managed to keep it close, which is games you like to see. You don't like to see those wipeouts. All right, so I think we're in for one more. And let's see what it's going to be. Fight over Fernfeld and Anglican Raiders.
If it's gonna be that,
I have not seen those maps in a long time.
it's for good reason.
Especially Fight over Fernfeld. Is that not the Crazy King one with the?
Both of them are Crazy King, I'm pretty sure.
And I believe Fight over Fernfeld is the one with the oil refineries.
Yes.
No, that's raid on the refinery.
Oh, right.
Never mind, but it's neither of those. It is Battle in the Dunes. It is a deathmatch again. Let's see if they change up their stuff a little bit.
Should we have another talk about the map?
Oh yes, definitely.
So, Battle of the Dunes is pretty much your basic map. It's got a couple places for cover where you have to get in close, but for the most part, snipers own this map very well. Artos can attest to that.
Quite. Snipers very much own this map. If you have a good ally and you have them spot some really long-range snipers can absolutely destroy any ship that dares come near you or dares attack your ally. It can be, but they don't actually, but it's not impossible for closer range ships to actually take out snipers. There are a lot of things like the sandstorm that flies through the middle of the map that can give cover to closer range ships to unsuspecting snipers, because they end up getting a little bit comfy where they stand.
The
They're
squid,
sitting back and doing
the squid is
regular work.
The squid is also very good on this map because this is where it can actually show off that maneuverability. You can get to places quickly and take out those snipers pretty well as well.
That is true. That's also a big thing for snipers to beware. If they're fighting squids, they tend to take a lot of precautions, like get a lot of flamethrowers or stay further back from the sand cloud than they would if they're fighting a galleon or a pyramidion or something like that.
Definitely due to the fact that there is much less physical cover to hide behind in Battle of the Dunes. Sand clouds and dust storms, especially regular clouds and dust storms. Dust storms is only if you're desperate, basically, or if you want to play people and think that you're not in there. You definitely want to be very good at managing your positioning in clouds, since you don't have that physical cover to hide behind. Although, in some ways, clouds in that way can be much more of a benefit due to the fact that it's moving cover. A good and skilled pilot can actually float with the cloud rather than fighting against it and actually use the cloud to take him closer into his target. So, let's see. Here we are, starting out. Again, blue is packing a Pura and a Junker setup, and red is pulling, I believe it was the Pura. No, we got a Junker, a Galleon, and a Goldfish. Now, they are actually close together. Both teams have spawned in close together. Let's see if they can actually coordinate correctly and not get caught off in their side quests. Here we see number 5, Pura, sneaking around here with number 2 trying to come in. More likely, neither of them have spotted each other yet. Incoming. Coming in number 4 is coming in. I think... Okay, they will probably have been about to spot each other. Right now they're going to open up. I see
It looks like number 5 is going to get a nice clean shot in, and it's going to come in nice and surprising.
Alright.
Oh, and just like that, number 4's guns are all down. Basically defenseless, sitting in the dust cloud.
Eaten up many of the ship's guns, including number 1. Number 1 just came out of the cloud, just got rammed by number 5's Pura, and is getting eaten up. He's got no weapons, he is dead in the water, and his balloon is almost out. And that
This is why you have to be very careful on this map if you're a close range ship because of all the dust clouds. Ooh,
nice.
and there goes the junker by number 5.
He
Just got
that
obliterated.
That was a close range with a ramp combination right there. He did not
That
care
is how you
about
find
that guy at all. He just let that happen.
Number 3 just freaking Hawatcha number 6, and he is now
Dead in the water.
going to try to ram him, and number 6 barely missed it.
Now
He's using that harpoon pretty well.
But he is using the harpoon to turn himself around.
It's
and-
not going to be enough though because
But it's not going to be very good because he put himself in the way of number 6's right.
Never want to do that with a galleon. There goes. I mean, with a goldfish rather. You never want to do that because goldfish are really soft in the back.
And
Plus,
there they go.
They have that really exposed main engine that sticks out far off the back, which is not only a bear for engineers, ain't that right, Church?
Oh god, don't remind me.
That is a bear for engineers to get through, but it's a very easy target if you're directly in behind it. However, I would admit that it's a hard target to snipe if the squid is full speed going parallel because it's right off the back and it's very hard to hit. So that, I guess it goes both ways, but primarily, as a rule of thumb, you never turn your rear to any enemy with any ship.
With the goldfish, that engine in the back often seems like a disadvantage, but it can provide, like, for a flamethrower, unless they specifically aim for it, most of their hull is pretty much nowhere close to getting damaged by that engine.
I'm actually surprised that none of them went towards more the sniper route on this map, considering all the close range ships. I'm surprised that none of them went sniper.
Well, it looks like number 2 is trying to snipe
Number 6,
somewhere.
if you remember
Number
last
2,
match, number 6 tried to snipe and he completely failed at it. And more often than not, this is a pretty, what do you say, it's a pretty noob match, as it were. There's not a lot of experienced people in here by the looks of it.
Well,
And
it looks like number 6 did change out his stuff. Gatling flamethrower on the front.
Number 5 is taking hits. He is barely, okay, his armor's back. Oh, no. Flames hanging in there, but flames, he's got no balloons, about to bottom out. Damage
Yeah.
on the impact.
He's gonna die.
Double 5.
Ow.
Yeah.
Damn, and there goes his hull.
Number 3
His hull is
down.
now getting
Okay,
damaged, and there
now-
he goes.
So now you have 3 and 1.
That galleon is staying back there not doing any kind of good.
That galleon, I mean, he would have had a better chance to be at a lumberjack and a flak cannon, but right now he's just shooting those Hawatcha shots,
Those Hawatchas are...
and they're all out of range.
The Hawatcha Galleon is not an illegitimate setup, but the way he is playing makes it an illegitimate setup.
Yeah, so he should have, if he wants to do a sniping roll, he should have went with a Mercury on the side, and then
number 1 just bit the
flak
dust.
and a lumberjack. That would have taken him out all 3. But it looks like number 5 is coming up on number 2 right at the moment, and he is number 5 just got wrecked.
Number 4
by those
is
Hawatchas.
about to. He's got
I know.
no. He's barely
And now
got
he's
his
getting
hull
flamed.
armor. Interesting.
Number 2 is actually doing pretty well against number 5 here.
He
But
is.
he's doing it. He's doing it again. He's doing it again. Okay, now he's actually not showing his rear. Finally.
But
look
he
at all
has a
those
gun on the
fires.
rear. It's not like he's not.
That thing is an afterthought compared to his main firepower, which he's not been using effectively. My best guess is he's never, if he's piloted a galleon before, I don't think he's piloted a galleon before, because this is not how you pilot a galleon.
Ooh, he just rammed that number 5, and he just took a good chunk of damage hitting that side.
Yeah, and he's still flying backwards. I don't understand. Wait a minute. I don't. Oh, you don't.
Number 5 just missed that Hawacha shot,
And
going
he's
up
above him
just
right
enough
now.
time.
The kill zone on a galleon basically is above them, or right in behind them. But typically, you want to be above them
Or
because of that rear.
no, it's actually straight in front or above them, because straight in front they have no guns, and above them they have only the balloon. So
Ideally,
you don't
rarely
you don't
will
want to stay
people-
behind them though.
Rarely will people actually take advantage of that null section in the front, though. Primarily
Yes.
because a galleon will not really ever show you the front unless they're going to ram, which they rarely do.
It depends. Galleons. The thing is, that's another thing with galleon is that you don't want to take advantage of the front, because if you get rammed by a galleon, it hurts a lot.
Because
so
of its pure, not because of the speed, but because of the pure
it's
mass.
because of its mass. Yeah.
But
it
as I
hurts.
said, he's not going to get any decent. He didn't get a ram with that. He's not going to get any decent damage as a galleon flying like this. See, look what he's doing again. He's showing his rear. He's addicted to using that flamethrower off the back, but that's not the main. My friend, that is not the main armament of your ship. That is on the lower deck. And now he's being pursued double. He needs to do something. One thing that would be the ideal situation would be to turn and shoot, but he's not.
He's not even piloting right now. His pilot is on.
See, and that's the problem. I will almost guarantee I have a theory right now. That pilot is trying to achieve a farm right now. No sane pilot would have done that. No sane pilot would have done that.
There
I'm
is
still trying to
no.
figure out how the Reds
There
are
is
still
no
over here with number.
problem is there's no achievement that will tell you to get off your helm for a pilot.
Actually, there
Besides
is.
to repair
Repair,
things.
right. I'm almost.
But it won't ever tell you to actually ooh, we had a double team by numbers 1,
I'm surprised
3.
it took them that long to take out the Promethean back there.
Well, remember what happened with that 1v1 on that Pyramidion the first time.
Oh yeah.
So, now red team is all set up together over here. Let's see if they actually take advantage of that, because the points-wise they are
We'll
losing.
see. It also looks like they're going to get hit by this.
Storm
Yeah.
cloud.
They got hit by the sandstorm.
And
So
now
if
he's
they
about
start
to lose
charging
his
now, they're
balloon.
going to come
He's
out.
about to lose his balloon.
Yeah, if they start charging now, they're going to come out with no armor or guns. So they'll end up killing themselves or running into the ally or running into their enemy defenseless.
So right now, they are taking damage from the storm cloud, and instead of getting out of it, they're rolling with it. I mean,
Yeah, this is not the cloud you roll with.
I can understand if it's a desperate thing or you're really bold and you want to trick out your opponents by making them think that you're not there anymore. But this team doesn't impress upon that idea. And look what they're doing. Look what they're doing. Number one is way behind them. Now it seems like blue is taking their time getting ahead. There's a good idea. Why don't you let everybody know where you are by just randomly firing into a cloud and hoping you hit someone? So it looks like red's trying to regroup, but really, did you just see that harpoon?
It looks like they can see Poker and Rummy, so number 6 and number 4 right now. So they're not firing randomly.
not that they'd be firing randomly, but sniping with a harpoon.
It's not a harpoon, it was a hawacha.
No, that's harpoon that the goldfish is using.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes, the harpoon is the most useless gun in the game because it's never used ever. I've never seen anybody use it effectively. If
Well,
if they
maybe-
have, then it's been pseudo effective. Like
Either
it's
that
only
or-
effective on one map. I'm
Either
pretty
that
sure
or
it's only
it's
effective on
just
canyons.
been obscured in the fight. One thing's for sure, you don't do it. You're focusing fire, but you compromise destroyer to 6 to do it. And look at this. No one's paying attention. 2 is not paying attention. Now he's getting double teamed by 6 and 5. 3's taking the brunt of the hits, which he shouldn't be doing. If anything, 1 should take the brunt of the hits, not 3. In reality, actually, 2 should be taking the brunt of all the hits. But instead,
Well, the enemy is not as stupid as to get to attack 2 directly. It's much harder to kill a galleon than it is to kill a junker or a pyramidion, just because of the pure armor.
and you just saw what
They all
3's maneuvering did. He got himself caught in between all 3 of those. Now we'll see. Will 5 and 6 are going to focus on the 6 is trying to decide.
This is also game point, so we'll see what happens.
And 3 is in perfect position to actually save the day, but will he actually do anything? Because right now it is now 1v1, but 3 is going to make that call. Yeah, that's how you do it.
Good kill there.
That is how you
Nice
do it. You
job,
time-
3.
You time your spawn correctly. You get the right spawn that you need. You get that spawn, and then you use it to its advantage. He came in, he hit him. They sandwiched between. That was 3 Hwatches working right there. That's how it works. That's how it works. Now here's a question: Will 6 is 6 going to abandon that whole track? Is he going to head over and help? And is 3 blue going to team up on that junker over there? As it stands right now, 1 and 5.
Yeah, this game will have very quickly. 5-1.
That junker is really messing up number 5, and it looks like they might be able to tie this up and balance this out. He is flaming 5. Let's see. Alright, 5 has stacks on his engine.
6 just got completely stopped in its tracks. Its engines
He
are
is
completely
coming in.
dead.
He's gonna tap 6.
And now permanent.
Now, ideally, 3 would shift fire right now. There he goes. Shift fire, take out number 1. Now, all they have to do is smack number 6 in between them. If the galleon would hurry up and get over here, it might actually be effective. Okay, number 6.
There goes.
But here's the question: Can 3 is about to take it serious, and if he goes, it's game over. So he needs to keep his hull armor is up again. Right now, the key deciding factor in this match will be that the galleon gets over here. Anything up, it's over.
Too late.
Yes, that galleon was not effective.
That galleon would have let us team down there. That's how you make some enemies in this game.
Yes.
It piss a lot of people off.
Yes, and Guns of Icarus certainly do not make enemies by being good, make enemies by being bad. Still, I am happy to see that, despite that galleon issues, they were able to pull up a pretty good comeback in the end, though.
Oh, Desert Scrap would be a good one.
That's a map you rarely see.
No, it's because no one likes it.
Oh, I love that. It's got that huge cluster F in the middle. That
I hate it so
would be a
much.
lot of
The
fun for
problem
people.
is they don't have any sniping positions, so I dislike it. Like I mean, you can't snipe in that map because there's no way you can snipe because there's a massive Leviathan covering the entire point.
Unless you sniped from that point.
The problem
we're gonna
is,
watch
but
this
you
one,
can't
or?
snipe. I have to go. So
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this has been BlackOpsElf, and also joining with me are Tos and Church Shepherd. This has been BlackOpsElf, and thank you for joining in. And we will see you next time.
Adios all.
goodbye.